somebody else. Hello, everyone. I'm Latrice the Enlightener, and tonight I'm so excited about being here with you all. As you all know, when I come to you, my goal is to motivate, encourage, and inspire you by way of somebody else's testimony. And tonight I have Yolanda Smalley with me, and she's going to be sharing her testimony. Yolanda is a survivor of domestic violence since 2008. And I just want to come to you all and share her testimony with y'all, because you never know what somebody else is going through, how they might be going through it. Just to let you all know that if you are in the situation, that you can come out of it, because people do survive it. And to let you all know that Yolanda is an advocate for domestic violence. And I'm just so excited about having her on with us tonight. And just want to get her to share her testimony of how, like some of the stuff that she's been through, and some of the signs that you see, and just to encourage somebody else to get out if you are in. So thank you, Yolanda, for being on the show with me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming. Tell everybody about you, about the you right now. Like,
the me right now is I survived.
Right.
I am a survivor. I went through almost 6 years of abuse. Hitting, biting, pushed through glass doors, called names, different names that are not quite lady like. And I stayed for 6 years. I left and went back. So
she just tell us about like what, just the how long it's been and all that type of stuff. So tell me, how did you recognize signs of the beginning, or like looking back, what did you notice about? Okay, this is what that is with the mind that you have now. How did you see that situation?
At first, I didn't see it because I've never been in an abusive situation.
Right.
But now, at the person I am now compared to then, I see isolation was the first thing that started my domestic violence. He isolated me away from my family.
So spoiling you and getting you...
Oh, everything I didn't work. I couldn't work. I mean, he made all the money, paid all the bills. So that's another form of abuse.
Right.
Financial abuse is abuse.
Yeah, she said financial abuse is abuse.
Yes, when they keep all the money and you have to rely totally on them.
So that's like you living in the house with him, and everything that you need, he has to buy. You totally dependent. So no form of income, you weren't getting anything. So in the beginning, did you feel like, oh, he's spoiling me, he loves me?
Oh yeah, yeah. But after a few months, I started realizing, getting a little, I don't want you to go here, you don't need to hang with this person. So I started getting when he didn't want me to hang around other women.
So did you think that when he didn't want you to hang around other women, did you feel like, oh, it's because he cared about me so much and she really ain't for me, or?
Well, she's single and I'm married now, I don't need to hang with somebody that's single, that's don't have a husband. That's what I thought. You don't want to hang with nobody single.
Oh, so he's just trying to cut off all means of friendship. Everybody. Man, so like the isolation. What was another thing that you seen? The isolation of money,
emotional abuse. It started name calling. The hitting didn't come at first. It was the name calling. You this, you that. That's how it really started. The name calling.
And I think like too, like when somebody that you love starts name calling, it kind of sort of lowers your self-esteem. Like
kind of, sort of, but I've always been a strong-willed person for
like
myself.
What
I am in myself. I always knew I was. He used to say you ugly, you this, but that didn't phase me.
That didn't phase you. So
because I look in the mirror.
Right.
So I know what I look like.
Right.
It was just the idea that you said it as my husband.
Right. So what did that do? Like as far as like when did it start pricking you on the inside?
Probably like when the physical contact started. Because I could handle
the verbal kind of stuff.
But when you start hitting me or pulling me, or I could be getting ready to go to church on Sunday. He'll take stuff and loose off the car so I couldn't go places, go to church, stuff like that. Then start accusing me of being with other people. That's why I want to go to church. It was just a lot of stuff that you. So do you think that there was any type of way that you could have known that he was going to become this person? Hindsight now, looking in, I know the signs now. You don't have to talk to me long to know what you're about. Right. Because I'm very observant now. I watch the way you act, I watch the way you talk, and you say, I just want to be with you, and you're alone. I don't want nobody in our circle. that's a sign for me, because why we can't have other people in our circle?
Right.
Because you gotta have some type of friend.
Yeah, some type of friend, somebody else you can talk to, confide in, and all that stuff. So like, was he still whining and dining? You asked him like, so he'll bust you upside the head one week, and the next week take you out to dinner, make you feel like, ooh, I'm a queen.
Oh yeah.
How did you?
Honeymoon stage. That's what you call honeymoon stage.
Oh, so y'all stayed there while you were still getting hit?
No. Honeymoon stage is like with domestic violence. If you be married 25 years, a person can make you feel like you just got married, and everything I did, it doesn't matter anymore. We just let's don't worry about that. Let's just start like we just got together.
Like just so wait, are you saying that like he can hit you today and then start over tomorrow?
I start over tonight. It ain't gotta be the next day. It could be tonight, the same night.
So it's like bust you upside your head and ooh baby, I love you. You do
within hours.
So what did it do to you though? Like
made me angry. I got angry. I got mad. I got really angry, and I got mad, and I got really angry.
And so it started building up on the inside of you. So what was that doing to you as a person, as far as your character and how you interacted with other people?
Angry, curse, nut up. You couldn't say too much to me because I would go to the next level.
Every time?
Every time. Not one time, every time.
Wow.
And then my kids started saying, Mama, that's not you. And then when I saw it was affecting my kids, I knew I had to make a move. Because, trust me, I love my husband, but I had my children.
Right.
And if I don't set a good example or tone for my sons, my son would say, okay, it's okay for me to knock a woman around.
Right.
So I had to make a decision based on the better for my children and myself.
Yeah. So what was your breaking point that made you see, you know what, I'm done with it, I'm tired, I don't even want to deal with this? Like, what was your breaking point that said,
this is it,
I'm done with this joke, like I ain't gonna keep on taking it?
He had went out one night. I'm at home like I normally am at home, not going anywhere. He came in and I got out of the bed because I knew I could tell by his body language it was going to be a mess. So I got out of bed and got on the sofa. He followed for me from the bed to the sofa, and he said some choice words, and he spit on me. And that was my breaking point.
Wow.
When you spit on me, that was my break. Because I feel like if you spit on me, you don't think I'm nothing. You think I'm just the ground or trash.
Right.
And when he spit on me, that was my breaking point. I couldn't take it anymore.
So what was the action to get out?
I lived with night clothes on, a pocketbook, and that was it. I didn't care about the materials of things. I didn't care about a car. I didn't care about anything.
So all it took was for him to spit?
Well, I was going to leave anyway. He didn't know that. I had already planned to leave that day, the next day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, so you had already had to make. So were you talking to somebody? Were you telling somebody like outside of your relationship, like, look, I'm dealing with this thing. I don't know what to do. Like.
So they don't believe you.
They don't believe you.
People say, oh, girl, you got it going on. He got this. He got this. You got a nice house. You got a nice car. You got cars. You know, you ain't working. But they don't know what's going on behind the four walls.
Oh, so the material stuff. Like, so I'm just listening to what Yolanda's saying to me, y'all. And so like, I have never dealt with a domestic violent relationship or somebody hitting on me or anything like, but I'm just listening to the signs, and possibly it's not, this is everybody's case, but just for this particular case that Yolanda has, like the whining and dining, she said people didn't believe her. Some people did not believe her because they would look into her relationship and see that, oh, y'all living the life, y'all doing it over there, but did not know what she was going through at home and just emotionally, verbally, and what your kid was seeing you go through and all the other type of stuff. And breaking point was you got spit on.
That was it.
You got spit on, and that was it.
That was it.
And so did you go back after that night?
Oh no.
So that was it.
I went back.
What did you go back to do?
Incriminate myself, but I went back to kill.
Wow. But like that's from anger though, right?
It was from anger.
Right, all from anger, and like it was like the.
But I didn't go back as us to be husband and wife again.
She went back. She went back to get him. She went back to get him. That's what she went back to do.
Yes.
So going back to get him and just free, how did the process go with you being free? Like when did you get free from the situation? Because I know that like a lot of times when this stuff happens, it's not like, oh, tomorrow you wake up and oh, I'm just done with the whole thing. How did you get free?
I went to counseling. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, I'm not crazy. I didn't think I was crazy, but I knew I needed help.
Right.
I prayed. I am a Christian. I prayed, and I had a nervous breakdown one night in a church parking lot, and I know it was God getting me to the place that He needed for me to be, because when I left out of church, wasn't nobody in the parking lot. Mm-hmm. But when I had a nervous breakdown, another lady and my pastor went in the parking lot, but he was in the church.
Mm-hmm.
But no cars was in the parking lot. And she said, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Nothing." And I went in his office, and he was like, "What's going on?" And I kind of cried and said a few things, not much, because at this point I'm still ashamed that I stayed, and I'm, getting abused. And he said, "I can't help you. I can pray for you, but I can't help you mentally." Mm-hmm. Because I was mentally distraught. And I was like, he said, "Maybe you need to seek some counseling." And I was just like, "Yeah, you're right." Because my kids had been saying, "Mama, this is not you. You acting funny. You mean, Mm-hmm. That's not you."
Right.
So I knew I needed some help. So once I started counseling, I started opening up. And then one night, God just spoke to me and said, "Forgive." Because I hated him. Mm-hmm. And he said, "You're going to have to forgive in order for you to heal." Because the forgiveness is not for the abuser.
Right.
The forgiveness was for me.
Right.
I was still angry. He had moved on with another woman.
Wow. And you were stuck.
I was stuck with anger, bitterness. So, God just said, "Forgive him." He said, "Call him and tell him you're sorry." Tell that man who hit me that I'm sorry.
Like, I didn't do nothing, Jesus.
But it wasn't for me to feel better.
Right.
I had to tell him. And then so whatever I did that caused any problems, I'm sorry and forgive me. And I love you. But when I hung up the phone, the anger went away, the bitterness, the homicidal thoughts. Because I never thought about killing myself, but I thought about killing him.
Wow.
Those thoughts went away. The attitude I had, I still can get, because I have triggers, When I first was diagnosed, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. I was like, I don't have that, because that's only happened to men who's been in war.
Right, that's what people say. Yeah.
But actually, in reality, I was in a war. I was in a war financially, I was in a war physically, and I was in a war mentally. So once I realized that I do have an issue with my anger, I do have an issue with, guys, because for a long time I couldn't date. I didn't want to date. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't want to bring another guy in my life, because I know what will happen to him.
Because if he cut the food, he act up. He act up one time.
Yes, ma'am. It was going to be nothing but some trouble.
Right.
So I said, you know what? It's best for me to just get myself together. No sex, no dating, no nothing. Mm-hmm. For almost 2 years. 2010, I started trying to date again.
Right.
From 2008 to 2010, I found, wanted to have a relationship, be with somebody. But I just had to go through a process of healing myself. A lot of times, as women, we feel like we have to have somebody.
Right.
If I had to take a few licks, I just want to have a man. But we can make it.
Right.
We can make it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. For them two years, I was at peace. I didn't have to worry about, walking on eggshells. Because as long as I was with my husband, I was just like, if I say this, is this going to cause an argument?
Like, you didn't know what were his triggers.
What his trigger was.
Right.
So once I realized that I had to become still, quiet, keep my body to myself for a few minutes, feel myself out, then I start really healing. Mm-hmm. I asked him for forgiveness, the abuser for forgiveness, and then once I asked him for forgiveness, my process of healing started. Because I wasn't healing because I had so much anger, hatred, homicidal tendencies, ready to kill. You drop over down. You was on the plan of action to kill. Yes. Yeah. And God didn't want me to do that either. Even though He did me wrong, He still is God's child. He still was. God still made him just like God made me.
Right. And that's awesome for you to even acknowledge that about him. And I heard you say something too that I've seen a lot of people kind of sort of shy away from or be, I don't know, like just probably won't do it. You said that you got counseling.
I got
like
counseling.
A lot of times when we are in situations, we will deny the fact that we need help, or even down to our kids. Like she said, she knew that she needed counseling just from the thoughts that she had. The thoughts were not her thoughts. The thoughts of taking his life. Like she knew that this stuff is not. This is not my stuff. I should not be thinking this way.
That's right.
So like, I applaud you for taking the step of saying, you know what? I want to get help, and counseling is only to help you get better. And so like that's a type of way of talking to somebody else, getting this stuff off your chest, and not harboring it in. And when she said to forgive him, and that it was not just for her to act like the situation did not happen. That is not, when you forgive somebody, that's not what it is. Like a lot of times people be like, well, I don't want to forgive him because I'm supposed to forget that happened. forgiveness does not mean that you forget or that you overlook the fact that something happened to you. Forgiveness helps you get through it. Like that's what that does. And it's only right because you want God to forgive you. I mean, even for Yolanda to say, like, I know that he was a child of God and he is a child of God just like I am. Like, that is huge compared to the stuff. A lot of people would not even be able to say that stuff. Now, to me, that's like one of the ways that I can see that you're like free to be able to say, like, you know, this is who he is, like just like me in the same breath. And so, like, coming through the situation and walking it out and knowing that you are truly healed, and like, so are you still in a healing process?
Yes, it will never end. Not because I don't want it to end. It will just never end because, like I said, triggers. Sometimes somebody can say something remotely to what he said, and I'm just like, and I can't stand for nobody to spit. If my children, grandchildren, if you just doing that, oh, that burns me. So I still deal with it, but I deal with it in a different way than I did before.
Right, that's good. That's good. And counseling and God and all that stuff help you get through. Help you get through that stuff. Like, y'all, my encouragement with Yolanda being on this show is to enlighten somebody, to encourage somebody that if you are in a relationship that is harming to you, like even if he is not hitting you, Yolanda said that you didn't start out with being hit. It was a verbal abuse, like joking, you ugly. You ain't hitting on nothing. Ain't nobody else gonna want you. Exactly. That type stuff is abusive, and I don't care who you are. If you are in a relationship and somebody is saying that they love you, that is not love. That is not consistent with the love of God. And so, and I don't know how people compare love or what they compare it with, but with me, my comparison to love is like what God did for me and how he continues to show me love. And so, like, people being confused that jump, well, he hit me because he loved me. No, that ain't consistent with nothing that God did. Like, he hit us and said he loved us. That stuff don't line up. So I would just say to whoever is watching, like, pay attention to the sign, man. And stop comparing love to the next person's relationship, what you seen your mom and daddy go through. Don't compare love to that. Put love on look at the love that God gave you first. Like, look at that. That love came with no condition. God didn't say, okay, he loved out with like a wretch undone. Loved us just like that. We didn't get beat up for that. Love actually took a beating for us.
That's right.
Right. So when you look at a scale of what is love, or does somebody really love me, please do not be deceived by that dumb stuff talking about something. He hit me, that's why he loved me, or if I wouldn't have done that, he wouldn't have hit me.
Because regardless of what anyone do, male or female, because I know men that have been abused as well. You're gonna have issues in any relationship. You're gonna have issue with your sister and brother. You're gonna have issue with your mom and your dad. You're gonna have issue with your cousin. You're gonna have issues with your people at your workplace, your friends. But the issues you have shouldn't define how you feel about me. If you truly love me, we're gonna have issues. Right. But we have to be able to come to a consensus. Right. And say, look, what you did just a few minutes ago, what you said hurt me, and what can we do to rectify it? Right. And you know, to some people, you saying that right there would be foreign language. Like, I would even say, like, to say that if I had not been, my church taught me that. At church, we call it brave communication. And at one time, when I was learning how to do brave communication, like how you just said, you offended me, Yolanda. I love you, so I want to let you know that you offended me, so we had this conversation so that we can talk it out, because I value our relationship. Yeah. But now this is just my honest to God's truth. Growing up, we don't do that. Talk about no brave communication and okay, well, let's sit down and talk about why you hurt my. No, we're not going to do that. And like, so I just want to encourage whoever is watching, even if that has been something that you and your family has not ever done, start doing this time. Sit down with your kids or whoever you love, or if somebody offends you, just like Yolanda just said, like, it's okay to have me, Yolanda homegirl. I just met Yolanda just recently. If we work together with the mentoring group, if I offend you, I expect you to come to say to me, you know what, I don't like how you spoke to me that day. So don't think that just because we black, we don't do that. That's dumb if you don't do that. Yeah. Like, and I know that's a hard place to walk out of. I'm telling you, my family, we ain't had them kind of conversations talking about no. Let's talk about it. We ain't did that. We just did not do it. And so, just to encourage somebody, man,
Just because you have not done something in your life does not mean that it is not right and that you don't need to start doing it. Start doing it with your kids, having conversation with them like, look, I don't like that you spoke to me that way. Even with whoever, I don't even care. But a lot of stuff times about conversation, we don't do dialogue. We don't do it. We do shut up. That's what I said. Get over there and shut up. That's what I said. I ain't listen. I said shut up. And that's how we communicate. And brave communication is like, it's the best, man. It's one of the best things that I could have learned how to do was brave communication. And a lot of times it's hard because like how Yolanda just said it. If I had not grew in that place, I would have been thinking just like I always thought. I ain't finna do that. I ain't finna do you. I'm just gonna, this is what we do. I'm gonna give her a piece of my mind. I'm gonna tell her how I feel.
And I'm done with it.
And I'm done with it. Just like that. Just like that. So brave communication. What else? What were we saying about being able to do brave communication and deal with? I like the whole idea of deal. Did you do that with your kids? Like start brave communication, talking to them and telling them like, look, like because that's easily to just start doing.
And domestic violence not only affect you that's being abused, the abuser. The abuser affect you, but it also affects your kids and people around you. Because my son actually hurt my ex-husband pretty bad because of what he saw him do to me.
Right.
And so I didn't want to put my child in a situation where he had to defend my honor.
Right.
To his abuser. You
and
know, then my son was gonna get in trouble for defending his mama honor because a child's gonna defend their mama.
Right. I don't care how old they are.
How old they are or how young they are, a child's gonna defend their parent. Right. So the best thing for you to do, even with my kids, I can't make them not do these things, but I'm gonna always, I don't care how old they get, that's not, you can't raise her. If her mom and daddy didn't raise her, how can you?
Right.
That's not your place.
And then even to think about the situation that they put the kids in. Like, you know,
like,
because I mean, the same way you thought about doing whatever you thought about doing, like, if you can only imagine a child being in the other room and listening to what somebody else is doing, like, that would cause that kid to have a reaction.
Yeah, that's what happened to my son. I used to hear you in there cussing my mama out, and she be at home, you be out, and then my son started getting angry. But I don't wonder why are you acting like this to her? Don't talk to a lady like that. But that's what he saw me allow. I allowed that person.
Right. To come
to not only disrespect me, but he disrespect my children. Because when you hurt me, you hurt my kids.
Right.
And then my kids now got to wonder, oh, is this something normal? This is the norm?
Right.
Is this the norm?
They were young, seeing that.
And is this the norm? This is what, you're going to let take place? And I love my kids more than I love my husband. Don't get me wrong. Your Bible says you're supposed to, but God don't want you to sit there and be abused either.
Right.
Because then your kids gonna have to go get some counseling because now they got all this hostility.
Right.
They got all this anger. They got all this, and then especially your young ladies, they grow up and say, okay, well my mama allowed him to hear go for 10 years old. That must be the norm. He really loved me. And that's why a lot of young ladies feel like, okay, I'm gonna let him hit me because I've seen it.
Yeah.
It ain't something that just came out of the woodwork now.
Oh yeah, I believe it. And a lot of people feel like for security reasons. I gotta let him hit me because he provided. Like how you said, he was taking care of everything.
And at first, that's what I thought I had to do. I gotta stay here. I don't have a job. I ain't got nowhere to go. I don't have a house because I had a house, but I gave my house up because he bought a bigger and nicer house.
Right.
So now I said, well, I gotta stay, and I left 3 times and went back. But see, the third time, somebody lost their life. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's not worth it. My child was going to either hurt him, well, he did hurt him, but he didn't hurt him to the point where he had to, be, in jail or anything like that. But I'm not going to, I can't subject. I love my kids
to put them in that type of environment.
Situation again. Because I don't want my children to defend me. Right. It's something that I can control.
Right. And that is so true. That is so true. Like Yolanda said, them having to defend her over something that she could control. Mm-hmm. You got to think about that, y'all. And the reason why I keep on reflecting back on everybody else is I know that somebody is dealing with the same situation. And like the fact of putting your kids in this type of environment.
Then they act out in school.
Right.
You won't say, I wonder why they acting like that in school. Because they already got issues in their mind. And they don't know how to decipher the information. I don't know if I need to just go home and tell my mom, because I'm scared to tell my mom, because go back to what you said. If I tell her, first thing she's gonna do, I'm grown, you're a child, shut up.
Right.
Like they thoughts and opinions don't matter, but even on my 3-year-old granddaughter, I got a 4-year-old granddaughter. When I see her, y'all princesses.
You gotta start them now.
I encourage them right now, because when they get 17, 14, 15, they start dating, they ain't gotta worry about a man validating them.
Right.
Because they already been validated.
Right.
So when he did start calling me names, that's why I was so confident in myself. That didn't break my spirit for us. You telling me I was ugly. Because, you know, I already know.
Right.
I stay in the mirror. I got 8,000 pictures in my phone and 6,000 of me.
Wow.
Not because I feel like I'm all this deck and bag of chips. I know I am.
Right.
Regardless of what you think of the night.
Right.
Yolanda know.
That is good. Like to say that and not back down off of it. That was so. Did that walking through the place that you were in? Did that place help you get to that place, or you already?
I was already like that. I was already.
You was already over the top about Yolanda.
Yes,
you was already over the top about Yolanda.
But when I went through that, I got even more
into yourself.
Into myself.
Yeah.
Not because I was trying to make myself better for the next man.
Right.
I was making myself better for me.
Right.
You know, I was already, like I said, I was talking about my looks and, you know, makeup and wearing my shirts and, you know, being cute. But after that happened, it just took me, it just enhanced it.
Right.
You know, I always took pictures of myself, but now it's more. My house, mirror, I want to see everywhere I turn, I want to see me. You know, I'm smiling at me, I'm cheesy. I'm selfish, and I don't take selfies so nobody else can see.
Right. You take them for you.
Because I don't need nobody else's approval. I take them for self-gratification.
Now that is the bomb. Like not needing, and that's the bomb, and it's so almost unheard of. Like, because a lot of times people do stuff for gratification from other people, for somebody else to say, "Oh yeah, girl, you cute, you fly." But to know what you have gone through, and to know that that has been a place that your self-esteem has always stayed in, that is an awesome thing. So like, to the young girl that is your age, well, the age that you were, and going through right now the situation that you went through, what would you tell her?
I would tell her, watch. And if you go to your significant other, husband, and say, baby, what you did to me just a few minutes ago hurt me, and he don't do anything to make it better, to change the situation, and it keeps repeating, because you always going to say something that each other might not like. Now, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But when it's going to be detrimental not only to you, but the people around you, I have a problem with that.
Right.
Because then you let me know right there that it ain't that much love. You can't be loving me too much, because you're not willing to make sacrifices.
Right.
But if you love me, regardless of what I did, baby, you willing to make sacrifices to make us better.
Right. And even if it's just if it's just a statement, like that ain't asking you to go do something crazy over the top stuff. That's like, I'm telling you that what you just said offended me. So, and it hurt my feelings, and I don't want my children to ever hear a man speak to a woman that way. So I need you to not ever call me that name again in your life. And that word should not have came out of your vocabulary towards me in the first place. And so if you get that name next week in front of your children,
they're gonna be with me. It'll be my last week. I would say get out, because it's not gonna. I thought once I just be quiet, once I just be timid still, don't say anything, because I've always been outspoken. But I said, well, maybe I just need to be quiet. You know, maybe it'll keep him calm. But even in my quietness, he was still a raging nut.
You know what I'm saying? Raging nut.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it wasn't, then I knew it wasn't me. Because I'm quiet, I'm still.
So you were trying stuff to see, like, okay, so let me just check him out to see, like, am I really doing something, or is this just who he is? And
that was just who he was.
Wow.
So I couldn't, and you can't change somebody. You can't get him. Well, if I get with him, I'm gonna be better than the next chick.
That's a setup. That is the setup
that's
for
the
the
worst
piece of hair.
thing
Don't
you
you
could ever
fool
make.
yourself.
I'm better than the next chick. You better than the next chick.
What would you say then? What would you say that?
Like I said, watch, and if the same thing keep repeating itself, those are signs. Because, like I said, everybody do things wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But you do whatever it takes to change to make it better. Even in a friendship. Me and you friends now.
Right.
I'm not going to do something that I know might irk you.
Right. Not
intentionally.
Right.
If you say, Yolanda, what you just did now, it kind of put me
Right.
in a bad space. Okay, baby, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that.
And I appreciate you for telling me that that's how you feel. Because like a lot of times people will cover stuff up, even in friendship. People will cover stuff up and walk over stuff and not even be willing to say, like, as friends, like whether it be female or boys or whatever, men and women, don't matter, like, be willing to tell somebody. Because we cannot expect somebody to operate in a different way and we don't ever open our mouths and say
anything
that you offended me or I don't like that. People supposed to just process inside of their mind what you like and what you don't like. No. And like how Yolanda said, she said that she became quiet. She became still to possibly see if he would stop being angry. So she had to change her character to adjust to him to possibly make him not be mad.
And it didn't work.
Yeah. And like you can't change nobody. Like that was awesome. Like you cannot change somebody.
They got to be willing for a change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
everybody can change. Because when God if you read in the Bible, Jesus didn't hang in the church. He hung with the lady with the issue of blood. He hung with the people who was, look at Peter, the disciples, he was with him. They was cussing. They was murderers. They was whoremongers. They did things wrong, but because he knew they could change. So I don't knock nobody for what they do, but you have to be willing, honestly willing, to make a change. Because we all can change. I don't care what you have done.
Right. That is
you can change.
Right.
But you have to step out and say, okay, I'm gonna sacrifice a little bit. Because sometimes you got to sacrifice yourself.
It's gonna be hard, but yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, yeah, you would know, right?
It's
you
hard.
would know.
But sometimes you have to adjust if it's worth. I ain't gonna say adjust and get out your character for somebody who's not willing to do the same for you. Right. But you got to be on equal side. We got to be willing to do it for each other. Mm-hmm. And once you realize you got to do it for each other, things start coming together. Things start changing. You know, my marriage now ain't perfect, but we was willing.
Right.
He was willing and I was willing, because I had issues when I met him. He had issues when he met me. But even in both of our stuff we had, we both was willing to say, okay, it's time for me to step up to the plate.
Right.
And do something different. Because I did this 100 years and ain't working.
Right. I just said that to my friend the other day, like, and somebody told me that the other day, like you have tried relationships the same way forever. Why not be willing to try a different way? If you have done meeting people, if you have done relationships the same way, man, take a step back. Mm-hmm. Try a different way. Man, I'm reading a book on relationships. That's what I'm doing. Like, cause I've done it the same way so many times and I done jacked it up so many times. Yeah. And so like being willing to try something a different way. And so for a lot of us, trying something a different way, that could easily mean if you get verbal abuse before you even step into a relationship,
you done.
Walk away.
You need to go.
Walk away. It doesn't hurt you anything to tell somebody, you just met this joker, look, I'm going to go, because that ain't how I want to be talked to.
And then 9 times out of 10, we think about it, especially us as women, we already got ourselves established. Most of us got our own house, most of us got our own cars. I mean, everybody wants a companion, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But sometimes if you the trash can, you put a piece of paper in there, and you keep stacking paper in there. You keep stacking pizza boxes in there. You're stacking cans in there. You're stacking all this stuff in there. That's how it is with relationships. If you're in a relationship where you just got a relationship, you done got another one, you done got another one. After a while, what's going to happen? Your trash can going to run
overload, right?
And what you're doing, you're taking all that baggage from 10 other relationships into another one, but you're expecting different results. That's why it took me 2 years to get me together. Mm-hmm. To get Yolanda together. No sex. Want a song? Ain't nothing wrong with me.
Ain't nothing wrong, right? Ain't nothing wrong with you. Ain't
my
nothing.
Friend, I wanted some, but I had to realize that you have to put yourself first. First of all, you got to put God first.
Right.
Because you ain't gonna nothing that you want to accomplish is gonna happen in the right way without putting Him first.
Right.
So I had to put God first. Start saying, God, okay, right now for 2 years you got to be my man. It was rough. Baby, it was rough.
And you know what she said? She said you gotta put God first, like learning the ways of God, and probably just having a lot of time. We can't even have a consistent, sincere relationship with God.
Mm-mm.
Like, are you willing? I remember my cousin told me. She said, she only waited for her husband probably about 2 days. But anyway, like she said that she was willing to. She asked God, just filling this gap for me, and it was like she dated him, like it was like how you want to go out on a date with a man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me get in my word, let me study, let me
Mm-hmm.
seek God, let me see what
Mm-hmm.
is He saying to me right now,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times we are not willing to have a consistent relationship with God. And see
But
about
you want
nothing.
consistent relationship with a man.
With a man, right?
They
And
don't
then
make
when you
practical
think
sense.
about it, and then think about it, who is your ultimate provider? Who has always made a way for you? Like, who has always done that? Like, nobody but God. But we want, and even too about the verbal abuse and all the other kind of stuff. I think about, and I just got this stuff probably just recently, later on in in my older adult life. I started thinking about if we would listen to what God says about us first. If we would allow what He has already called us first to settle into who we really are, and that be in the groundwork of our fabric, nobody could never shake us.
And let me tell you, I'm glad you made that point.
Mm-hmm.
You made a good point. When I left my husband, no job. I left my husband August 19th, 2008.
Mm-hmm.
August the 19th at 4 o'clock p.m., I had a job.
Wow.
September the 31st, 2008, didn't have a house. Had to go live with my mama. Didn't want to be there because I left home at 16.
Mm-hmm.
Had a place. I slept on the floor.
But
When I was in my place.
Right.
Didn't have no car. November the 23rd, I had a car.
Wow.
If you just take a minute, I don't care how you put it, and say, you know what, God, I did it before I got this man. I'm going to let you handle your business. So I had to let God handle his business.
Right.
Because I was trying to handle it. Oh, this man got the car, he got the car, I'm going to let him stay here. When I realized that God can handle it way better, didn't have no job, didn't have no car, didn't have no house. Safe Homes, I think Safe Homes, Cheryl Barbo, they helped me get into a place. If I didn't find a place, they was going to put me in a women's shelter.
Mm-hmm.
For domestic people who survive domestic violence. But they helped me get a place.
Wow. Like, options are available.
Yeah.
That's just what I got from what Yolanda just said, man. The options are available, and you do not have to settle and stay stuck in the situation that you were in. You said Safe Home.
Cheryl Marsh, she's one of the ladies that work for Safe Home.
Mm-hmm.
And they just came out, they rallied around me. And I do domestic violence meetings now. I'm a domestic violence facilitator as well. And they just rallied around me when I got myself back on my feet. They never stopped. And that's
Wow.
been since 2008.
Man.
I can call them there and say, look, I need this, I need that. Okay, you want to send to your house, you want to send to your church? It's just if you're willing to step out. And a lot of times you're going to say, I ain't going to step out. I might drown.
Right.
You don't never know. You don't never you can.
You already drowning. You already drowning in the situation you in.
Fast. And you don't know if you can dog paddle or not unless you get in this water dry.
Right. And you never, man, that is so awesome though. Like, a lot of times we will not use the resources that are available to us.
A shame.
We will, right, a shame. So what made you reach out? What made you say, I need to get help from these people? What made you do that?
I just said, you know what? I need to, Lord, show me somebody can help me. And I was somewhere one day and it looked like Safe Home just popped up in my eyesight.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew it was God moving in the direction that He wanted me to go in.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't listening. He had me to move, wanted me to move years before I did. The choice that Yolanda made.
Right.
I decided not to move. I decided not to leave it. I ain't gonna leave it this time because I ain't got nowhere to go. But the whole time I stayed, I was miserable. I wasn't happy. I wasn't smiling anymore. I wasn't that, because I always been the family clown and make people laugh. I couldn't even make people laugh no more because I was too sad.
Right. And then your kids living through that. Like, your kids living through that stuff and seeing. And I don't care what nobody say, man. Your children know your emotion. I don't care if it's a brand new baby to a goddamn 18-year-old kid. Children know parents' emotion and what you're dealing with. I don't care how much you smile and say, it's okay, baby, it's okay. And you crying on the inside. Man, I've seen children know the heart of their parent. They know it.
And I worked in Warrenton County, Georgia Education for years. And I've had kids to say, my dad or my stepdad, you know, had my mom in there crying. They know.
Yeah, they know. And that's sad
as
that they
kids,
got to
what
deal
can they
with it.
do?
Right.
Because if I say something, my mom probably gonna slap me down.
Hey, say something.
Say something you want.
Go, you get your.
Yeah. You know.
And then, you know, they'll do that stuff and they'll see somebody treat them that way and then demand that the children respect their man. Like, what kind of mess,
That's
crazy mess that is? But I want Yolanda to tell y'all about what's coming up in October with domestic violence and stuff. How to support.
October is Domestic Violence Month. They normally have a walk, a jingle jam, something in December. You know, to raise money. They have a lip syncing thing. I don't have the information at hand right now, but I would share it with Ms. Clemens, and she can put it on and post it. They have a walk. I don't know the dates, and I am training domestic violence. I'm training suicide prevention. I also train the National Line for Mental Illness. You know, for people who are suffering with mental illness. I'm training that, and I'm also a peer-to-peer mentor. That means I mentor people who may have post-traumatic stress disorder. I mentor people who may have bipolar. I mentor people who may have, you know, any kind of mental illness. And it's resources out there not only for people who's with domestic violence, but also people who's suffering from some kind of mental illness.
So how did you go about being a facilitator? How did you go about doing that?
I had to go to training. We go to training.
So I mean, like, what made you say, okay, yeah, I want to do this?
Because I want to help some. If I could reach one woman to let them know that, look at me. I said, I know women who didn't survive. Mm-hmm. I've had friends that've been killed from domestic violence. But if I could save one girl or one lady from being abused or getting hurt, seriously hurt or killed, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm not ashamed anymore. I used to be ashamed. I wouldn't even tell nobody I was abused. Right. But so many other women are suffering. Mm-hmm. And so if I keep being silent,
right,
nobody will never know you can survive and you can make it.
Right. And what I really do like about what you shared with it, like the minute you decided to step out,
God started working.
God started just waves being made, waves being made.
And I think He started doing that because I finally did what He told me to do. Right. And I started relying on the man on earth, and I started relying on Him. Because for so long I relied on Him. He give me this play, He doing me this. But then I told him, even though I was going to church, I still wouldn't give him God what he deserved.
Right. It was a routine.
It was a routine. And once I said, you know what, God, this is it. I can go, I sleep on the curb.
And you got out.
I got out. Right to sleep in my car. I'm not staying here anymore.
That's right, man. You got to be good. You got to be good to
You can't have peace on earth in your home. Where you going to have peace at? Because you know you ain't going to have it at your job.
Not like you should have at your house.
But if you can't have peace in your home, and I would leave this with any woman, any girl, any man, any boy, peace. When you're in a situation where you ain't gonna totally just have nothing on your mind, mm-hmm. but you're gonna be comfortable where you can say, okay, I ain't got to be upset, I ain't got to be mad, and you can take whatever going on around you and flip it and make it happen.
Right.
But if you come from God, I got to do this, or what she gonna say, what he gonna say, that's not peaceful.
Right.
And you want to be at some point in your home able to go kick your foot up, kick your feet up if you want to put both of them up, lay back, relax, and don't have to worry about anything negative going on in your house.
Right.
So if it was anybody listening that really are in a situation like this, I would say put God first. Mm-hmm. And have some peace. Look at yourself. Have some peace for yourself. And I promise you, if you put God first, when you walk out,
He gonna make a way for you.
Ain't no doubt about it.
It's worth trying. Like, and then I even say this right here. If you done tried everything else, you might as well try Jesus. It works.
It works.
Like, not the rap, but Jesus. Like, I mean, I ain't saying the rap don't work, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, so, man, I'm encouraged. I'm motivated, inspired. Just by your testimony, and I know that other people out there have gone through what you went through, and I hope that somebody else got it. I hope that somebody that listened, that like share this video with your family, with your friends. Like, a lot of times we'll know people are going through stuff and not say nothing about it. We'll see it, And I mean, I've lived through it. I've seen my family live through relationship. It was probably majority of the women in my life, older women in my life, have gotten hit. But they, it was like a normal thing. Like, we're gonna stay right here in the house with them. We gonna get through this, and the next week gonna keep on doing the same thing. And so I encourage you, man, share this video with somebody. You never know what you can help somebody else with, and have brave communication with them, man. Whether it's your friends, tell somebody what's going on with you. Whether it be you telling them or they telling you, allow somebody to share their heart with you and don't judge them. We have to love people through this type of stuff. Yolanda said she did not share. She did not say because she was ashamed. Mm-hmm. I want somebody to be comfortable enough to talk to me, to be like, you know what? I know I can share this with her, and she's not gonna judge me. That's right. Not gonna try to put me down any lower than I'm already feeling, but help and encourage. Mm-hmm. Like people dealing with this stuff. This is a real life situation, and I'm just glad that you came on tonight. And to tell you all too about what me and Yolanda are doing. Yolanda is a mentor with me. We're mentors, the leaders that in the Thompson area for Majestic Beauties. Tomorrow we have our grand event coming up. So if you all have daughters 11 through 19, want to get you all to bring them out to Papa's Finest in Thompson at 6:30. At 6:30. And we'll have our event for young ladies, for girls only, starting a mentoring program here in Thompson. It'll also be one in Warrenton, but we are connected. So tomorrow everybody will meet in Thompson. So if you have a daughter between the ages of 11 through 19, want to get you all to bring your little girl out to Papa's Finest. And we want you to come to the parents, because we want you all to know what we're going to be teaching your children, what we're going to be sharing with them. A lot of information that Yolanda brings from domestic violence stuff that she facilitates to everybody. Yolanda brought me pamphlets. I'm like, Yolanda, do you really want me to read all this stuff you got right here? Like, I'm talking about, like, it's going to be awesome. And even to the parents, if you don't have daughters, for you to support us, to come out to the event, bring your little cousins, bring somebody out that you know needs a mentor. Mm-hmm. And be willing to help out. Be willing to help out. A lot of times, young women don't have anybody to talk to. So we're starting something that we actually need. So we actually want you all to support and bring your girls out. And it was something else I was going to tell y'all about. What was I going to tell them about? About that? Oh. I was going to tell y'all about next Monday on my show. I want to get y'all to tune in at 7. I think I'll come on at 7 o'clock next week. And I'll be talking to the Belangias. They'll talk about their marriage and their relationship and how God brought them out. How brought them out of a situation, like went through a struggle for a short time in their marriage, and just share their testimony of how God brought them out and how He just rekindled the fire. So I want to get you all to tune in on next Monday, and I thank y'all for tuning in when y'all do tune in, and share this live video. And if you have a story that you know can help somebody else get through, I want you to inbox me maybe just a little piece of your testimony that you want to share, so that we can help somebody else get better. Yolanda's testimony was not about us magnifying what her problem was. It's to magnify her success and the way that God has brought her out of her situation. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yolanda, got anything else you want to tell them? Nope. Thank y'all. We love y'all. Bye-bye.